recorded.
VP of Communications here at Econo. We're so glad to have everybody on this morning. In the Diamond Factory where diamonds are made. And what better way for us to get this call started by listening and hearing from one of our top diamond distributors who has done the work, put the work in, built an incredible team that is absolutely contagious. And so we're excited to have him to share with us today. Get your pen and paper because he drops some really fantastic nuggets every time he opens up his mouth. Let's receive Minister Willie Mooney. Minister Mooney, are you out there?
Yes, ma'am. Great morning, Dr. Rice. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Rice. It's so amazing again to be on this Thursday. To share interesting perspective, Dr. Rice, let me just acknowledge the fact that your message yesterday was so amazing. I mean, it was the bomb. To actually you reference the seasons and ask everybody, well, what season are you in? And then get people thinking about that, like what's happening in their lives, what's happening in their business, how God moves. I think it was just amazing. So today, I said it yesterday, and I heard everything that you were sharing, and I wanted to piggyback on that today. It was just that powerful, and that right on time. So here in Chicago, we're in the winter season, and I guess I had to take on a new perspective about this winter because I don't like the winter at all. And I've been in this Chicago for all my life. I'm 51 years old. If you're new to the line, my name is Minister Mooney. I'm a cancer survivor, husband, father, but I am a transformation agent, and I am devil's advocate. I have enmity with the enemy, right? Him and I have nothing in common. So now that I decreed and put that out there, that was my decree for this morning. And just to introduce myself, I want to hop back and talk about this season that the company is in. I know, Dr. Raj, you challenged everybody to look at the season that they're in, but I want to talk about the season that the company is in. Transparency, I always like to offer that, people giving them an insight of maybe what's been happening in Minister Mooney's life. There's been a lot of turbulence, but especially in that last season. I already see the shift for this season. As Pastor Dan would say, the win is always in the fourth quarter. He just mentioned that, and I think what I'm gonna share today is always is really in alignment. So I'm in this season now, unlike the last season where it's been rough. And talking about the season that the company has been in, man, it's been rough. And it's been rough for kind of even from the beginning, So many has came against our company. If you ever got a chance to dive in and look at the news or dive in and do a research, you'll see so many people, so many things came against Wakana, but we pressed. And now we're here as Econo. Got through COVID. And now you're looking at a season that we're in that we were in, where there's just changes, adaptions, new adoptions, adaptions. And then you see the company transform a little more and make a shift. So I want to dive a little deeper into that. So I hope you have your pen and paper. Because I think this is just who we are, but where we're going. I think we have an amazing CEO in an industry where I don't think people saw a lot of value. Certain people did and certain people didn't. So you can kind of look at our company and what our CEO created as an undervalued asset. You're going to hear me talk about another undervalued asset when it was an undervalued asset, because transparency, I've been getting into crypto a little more, a lot more. I started looking in crypto. So you are hearing this word or this once upon a time undervalued asset called XRP. And a lot of people been wondering what's going on with that. Just like a lot of people are probably wondering about our crypto undervalued asset, Akana. It's not something outside of our space that people are talking about, just like XRP. But you look at how things develop and grow, and you look at the season that a particular something may be in, and I'm gonna reference XRP as well as I talk about Akana, like trying to identify what season that asset, that undervalued asset is in. And why do I call Akana an undervalued asset is because I think people, even on the inside, don't know what season the company is in and where it's come from and where it's going. So I'm going to give you some criteria that you should look at to evaluate whether your asset is valuable or not, right? And then try to correlate while you're looking at that, what season that the company is in. So let me start out by saying, when most companies start or when a crypto come into the space, there's usually kind of three feelings. People may feel excited. The feelings also kind of get in the way of them making a decision, or they have the fear of missing out. That's a whole thing that usually happens when there's a new crypto. And honestly, when we first started with the company, a lot of people were having those same type of feelings and emotions, excitement, but also the fear of missing out and being indecisive feelings that they don't know how they want to move. And Akana went through that. We identified that. So in crypto, you have to look at an asset. And this is the first part in crypto, where you look at that asset and you need to do some research on it. Like you look at what we call the white papers, or you look at who's the founding members behind it, how credible they are, right? Who's backing it. And I saw Melissa Boston. I saw this asset named Akana had Melissa Boston backing it along with 3 other founders. All the credentials matched up. So I was like, this is a pretty good asset. I did my research, right? Now, as Akana grew, because I got on board from the very beginning, I started to kind of look at what was being developed, right? And what was being developed is a certain thing that you also have to look at, like in the crypto industry with this XRP. And this is the time to kind of look at Akana and XRP, and you kind of look at what's the culture like, what's the narrative. Like you go and you look at the Facebook page and you see distributors. Okay, they have a nice culture, right? And I'm gonna use this word, so does the XRP start developing a lot of buzz, a lot of culture, and a lot of people following it, right? We have a lot of people, we have a lot of distributors, we have 32,000 in a customer base. So it looks like people are enjoying the products, are working. It has a great narrative that is worth following, right? Wow, those numbers just match. When you look at Minister Ernstine, you look at the transformations, you look at crypto and XRP, and you look at, wow, you know what? Looks like there's going to be adoption to actually infuse our banking system, the SWIFT system. So it looks like it has a great narrative. You look at Akana and it has a great, wow, who's this Minister Mooney? Who's this Dr. Roz? Who actually are the movers and shakers? And people are looking at that right now. People are looking at you and wondering, what makes this crypto, what makes this company, what makes this asset different, right? And you all are the difference. When you look at, wow, you know what? It's something that makes them different, and it looks like they are going to do very well. And then you look at how long this company has been in existence. I could kind of imagine when I found out about XRP 3 years ago, that there were not a lot of people who knew about it, but I never anticipated that it would go boom. But it was a great system. It made sense. And I could only imagine we're in year 5 right now, getting ready to go into our 5th year. And I'm wondering what people on the outside are looking at, and I'm wondering what were the checkpoints that say that we made it, and unlike any other crypto or unlike any other company. 5 years in business says something when most companies don't persevere and go forward after 5 years. Something happens, there's a crash. And to a third thing that I think should be looked at when you looked at any crypto, right, is there's always when something is moving and after that FOMO or those feelings and you looking at the narrative that looks very good, there's always what I call a correction. Like things just don't continue to go up forever. There's changes, there's shifts. There may be something in the world that affects it, something in the company. And it looks like XRP at a certain time went through a large correction, but there were people who held on to it. And it's something that I see happening with Akana as well. Although there's been some corrections or there's been some changes, things can't go straight up, what we call a doge, like green candles. I remember going from 1.6 million, right, to 16 million very quickly. And now, and that's in the first, I saw 3.5 years. And now it's had a correction where we're kind of going sideways because now it's went from 16 million, if I had to guesstimate, to 18, 19 million. So the first, like the boom went real good in the beginning, but then there was a correction. We've seen people that are with us before are not here now. There's been a sort of correction. Now that same thing happened with XRP. There was a correction because it went its highest high, right? Got up to like $3 and something cent, blah, 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 or $4, something like that. But then when it had a correction, it went all the way down to 55 cents, I remember, probably even lower. Don't quote me exactly. I look at the charts. I don't keep it in my brain. But I'm looking at the charts on Akana, and wow, we boomed in the first 3 years to get up to about 16 million. I watched it, and then now we're just kind of coasting. And then things are changing. We're watching people shift and move, and it's not the same people around that was there in the beginning. But then after that correction, everybody's talking about XRP now and super excited. But the key part was there were some people that during that correction and during that turbulence, they held on. So what's happening now? Everybody, because XRP is in the media, I think Akana will be there. Everybody's going wild, and what happens? They want XRP now. But some people don't do the analysis to think about what if I would have gotten in early. Now, somebody said XRP have been through a 7-year stage. I keep hearing that. The number of years that XRP has been in existence has been 12. Now, Akana is on the 5th year. And I'm wondering what's going to happen. Now, I already know what's going to happen. I already see that maybe we're going sideways, and I see the people that are holding on, and I see where this is going to go, where it's getting ready to do what? It's had its correction, it's taking its time, and it's making its correction, but then, as you heard Dr. Ross say, the real momentum hits, and something happens. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's something that happens with you and your family. Maybe it's something that happens with you and maybe it's the boot camp. Maybe it's going to be something, and then boom. The value is now identified. So will you be on board right now to see what it is that's going to happen during this season? Now, let me share this. There's one big word. If anybody was to ask me, Minister Mooney, what is your perspective for if you had to sum it up in one word of Akana? And let me tell you what I told my team. I said, regardless of what it looks like, I've seen this before, and I'm seeing it over and over again in certain cryptos. And what should people be doing right now if I was to educate them on, since it's going sideways and since things may not look a certain way, what should I be doing? And the word is accumulation. How many customers will you accumulate? How many distributors will you accumulate during this season? Because one thing that I know about XRP is the people, while things were kind of going sideways or while it looked like things were going down right before that correction, the ones who continue to accumulate XRP and the ones, so I'm going to say the ones who continue to accumulate and build on your customer base, run the system of asking, do you know your blood type? Passing out the postcards one by one or 5 by 5. It don't matter. Continue to talk about it. What's going to happen when it goes boom? If you have that accumulation, everybody goes with you. And your boom ends up bigger than anybody else's boom. But I'm telling you, God is not a respecter of person. So if you wonder what season where we in, that one word is accumulation. And if you follow the trend of what I just showed you that can happen with a crypto, XRP, undervalued asset, the same thing can happen in this multi-level marketing direct sale industry with a company named Akana. And with that being said, back to you, Dr. Ross.
Awesome, awesome, Minister Mooney. Thank you, sir, for that wonderful analogy. Listen, guys, I hope you got that. I hope you received that. And definitely, if you have to go back and listen to it, it'll be up on in our app to receive it. Fantastic, because we're moving and we're grooving. All right, so have a great, wonderful, wonderful Akana day. And we'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time. Bye for now.